Alright, so if you guys are watching this video, it's because you want to learn a little something about supplements. I know this video is well overdue, so I apologize. I hope you guys are not mad at me, but I'm glad I'm able to get this video out to you, alright? I want to do this video because a lot of people always inbox me on Instagram or Snapchat or email me, asking me what's the best supplements, how should I take supplements, what supplements should I take? And I feel like doing a video and educating you guys just a little bit of what I know about supplements can help you guys out and answer some of your questions. And if I don't answer your question, comment down below and I'll do my best to answer your question. Before we even get into the video, I want to say if you're 18 or younger, if you're middle school age, high school age, I highly recommend just not focusing on supplements and focusing on diet and working out, because you're so young, your body's growing, and you'll be surprised how much muscle or how fast you'll grow just eating proper foods and working out at such a young age because your body's growing. Maybe protein powder, you know what I'm saying? If I was in high school, I wish somebody would have put me on some protein powder because I was a hard gainer when I was in high school, but maybe protein powder and that's it. Anything else, you guys are young, get all your nutrients, get all your vitamins from food, and maybe get some protein powder for after your workouts and just lift weights and keep training and do whatever you're doing if you're an athlete. For everybody else that's like 21 or older, maybe this video will definitely benefit you guys, and hopefully I answer some of your questions, alright? So, as you guys already know, I'm sponsored by Muscle Tech. Definitely a great company. I'm super happy and blessed to be part of this company, and I hope I can stay with this company forever. Real talk, the products are amazing, and I'm not saying that just because I'm part of Muscle Tech. I'm saying that because these products are amazing. I do work around products a lot, pretty much every day, so I know which good products and I know which garbage products. So this video is I'm not doing this video to push Muscle Tech products on you or say you need to buy Muscle Tech only. I'm here to educate you, and if you guys want to deal with this brand or if you want to buy Muscle Tech products, you're more than welcome to them. The links are in the description. But I'm here to share some of my knowledge about ingredients in some of the products and just what to look for. There's a lot of supplement companies out there, guys, and you need to really pay attention to the labels. Everybody look at the packaging, pay attention to the labels, read the ingredients, read what you're getting. And there's a lot of companies that have a lot of fillers and you really don't know what you're getting. So that's the biggest thing out there is when it comes to supplements, just know what you're getting. And one thing I like about Muscle Tech, they tell you everything you're getting in the product, which is great. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So I always get asked these questions about supplements. And the first thing I'm gonna say when it comes to supplements, guys, is you need to figure out your overall goal. Your number one question to yourself is, what is my overall goal? That's the number one thing you need to find out before you even think about supplements, right? So what if your goal is to get big or your goal is to get shredded, lean, muscle model, whatever? You have to decide what your goal is. Once you decide that goal, you need to develop a diet around that goal. So if your goal is to get big muscles, you got to eat big. You got to maybe talk to a nutritionist. Figure out what you need to do to get big. You got to learn your body. You got to learn foods. That's the second most important thing you guys need to focus on after knowing what's your goal. The next thing is proper training. What's going to help me achieve my look? Weightlifting, cardio, whatever. So you got your question, your overall goal, your diet, proper training, and rest. Rest is also a great important key because you have to recover. The next thing you really want to, once you figure out all those answers and once you have all that laid out, okay, I want to get shredded. I talked to this nutritionist or this coach who deals with, contest preps or whatever. He's got my diet. All right, I got my training from my coach or whatever, or I talked to somebody, a personal trainer, whoever. They built me a training plan to help me achieve my goal, and I'm getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Once all those are checked in the box, then you can start focusing on supplements. When it comes to supplements, guys, a lot of people will walk into a GNC or go online and they'll think these are going to achieve your goals. These just aid in achieving those goals. These are just a small piece of that puzzle to help you reach that goal. And at the end of the day, there's nothing superior than food. Food will always be the most superior way of getting your nutrients, your vitamins, everything you need to help achieve your goals. Proper dieting and of course working out. So I'm gonna talk about 4 products first that I like to use no matter if I'm gaining muscle, losing weight, or I just want to overall be healthy, because these are products I feel like, in my opinion, are something that if you're somebody that works out a lot and you just want overall health, these are products that I believe you should use and I believe works best for me. So first thing I want to talk about is a lean whey protein. Muscle Tech actually makes this 100% gold, Nitrotech 100% gold whey, 2 grams of sugar, 2 grams of carbs, 24 grams of protein per scoop. Amazing numbers right here. I like the double rich chocolate a lot. It tastes so good. And the macros, and like I said, you're only getting 120 calories per scoop, which is really good. So if you're bulking or you're trying to cut, this is an overall good protein powder to use. It's super lean, tasty, and I always tell people, if protein tastes good with water, it's gonna taste amazing with almond milk or whatever, right? So protein powder, a lean protein. I really don't mess with mass gainers, because if I want to gain mass, I'm gonna focus on my food, all right? So lean protein, I think, is something that you can use if you're gaining weight or losing weight, because if you want to make this a weight gaining protein shake, all you got to do is up the calories by adding milk, bananas, peanut butter, stuff like that, all right? So protein powder. My next thing I highly believe in, especially if you work out a lot, is some kind of branched chain amino acids. This one right here is really good. The Amino Build Next Generation from Muscle Tech tastes amazing. And most of your branched chain amino acids are gonna have leucine, isoleucine, violin. Some of them may throw some glutamine in it, and some of them may have creatine, which I do have a product here I'll show you guys next that is both. But having a branched chain amino acid is good because it helps with muscle recovery, and it also aids in, if you're somebody that does a lot of training, it helps preserve muscle, you know what I'm saying? So you're not burning muscle. But I like taking it just due to the fact, for muscle recovery, it reduces soreness. It doesn't eliminate it, but it does reduce some of the soreness. So a branched chain amino acid is definitely something. And like I said, some of the ingredients you want to look for is leucine, isoleucine, violin, and some of them come with glutamine, some of them don't, but the main three is isoleucine, leucine, and violin, all right? The next two things I want to talk about is for overall health, and that's a omega, some kind of fish oil, and then a multivitamin. So these two from Muscle Tech are great products, and I really like them. Starting with the omega, I like this because there's no burp, there's no fishy taste. Most fish oils you get a burp and a fishy taste, and you don't get that with this one. You're getting 1,500 milligrams of fish oil, which is very potent, and it's just one gel, soft gel, that you have to take. And for me, fish oil is good for your heart, but it's also, for me, I feel like it works for my joints, keeps the joints lubricated. Some people say that doesn't do nothing, but for me, I feel like it does do something, because I noticed I was squatting one time and I didn't take fish oil, and I was taking fish oil, then I wasn't taking it for a little bit, and I noticed my knees were starting to ache, and then I started taking it again, my knees wasn't aching anymore. So it could just be a mental thing, but I like taking fish oil because it's overall good for your health. And it's good for your heart. A multivitamin. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, a lot of clean, lean stuff, having a multivitamin daily will not hurt you. This one right here is actually an energy and metabolism blend, which means it has a coating, it has a red coating on it, but it has a little bit of caffeine, and it has a little bit of green tea extract just for, you know, burning fat. For me, I really don't feel it. I don't feel a difference with the caffeine, because you're only getting, it says 100 milligrams for 4 tablets. I only take 2, so I'm only getting 50 milligrams of caffeine, which is not really much. So these are 4 products right here. Let me slide these back so you guys, these are 4 products that I will use year round, no matter what my goal is. It's not gonna change my diet or anything. I will stick with taking a multivitamin, fish oil, a branched chain amino acid, and protein powder, all right? So coming into some options, some other options you have. Now, let's go ahead and talk about pre-workouts, because this generation, everybody wants a pre-workout. Everybody wants that pump. Pre-workouts have their benefits. For somebody that has low energy, I understand maybe taking a pre-workout. When it comes to low energy, you might want to check your diet, or you might want to consult with a doctor, because you may have testosterone problems if you're a male, or you can be stressed out, you're not eating enough good foods. It can be a lot of things, but some people like the pre-workouts just because of caffeine. You get that energy, you get that pump, which I'm not gonna lie, during my contest prep, I've used a lot more pre-workout than I normally do, because when my carbs was out my diet, I really didn't have energy, and this gave me energy. But one thing about most pre-workouts, especially like this one by Muscle Tech, you do have a focus blend. So it keeps you focused, keeps you locked in, which is good. This is their new one. I haven't tried it yet, but I heard it's really, really good, because I have the original Shatter, and that one was amazing. So I know this one is going to be good. But when it comes to pre-workouts, if you're somebody that's young, middle school age, high school age, stay away from them, guys. If you want energy, eat a candy bar, get a little bit of sugar. I've done that for years. Just eat a candy bar right before I work out, and that was my pre-workout. But I highly recommend doing your research, because a lot of pre-workouts have a lot of caffeine. This one has, if you do one scoop, you're getting 175 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot. If you're a heavy coffee drinker, or you drink Monsters, Red Bulls, any kind of energy drinks throughout the day, I would not drink those and take this. If you're gonna take a pre-workout, I highly recommend eliminating your caffeine intake for the day, so that way you're not putting a lot of stress on your heart. But when it comes to pre-workouts, I'm not somebody that's like, yo, you need to get a pre-workout. This is just a product I feel like is an option, all right? So pre-workouts, I mean, it just depends on the brand of what you want. A lot of them have, I'm gonna tell you the ingredients a lot of them have. Most of them have beta-alanine, most of them have L-citrulline, niacin. This one has caffeine, this one has tea cream, and lion's mane, and yambi extract. So a lot of them have different, ingredients. You just have to do your research and know what these ingredients do, all right? But I will have to say, this one, the Shatter, the original one, has a great focus blend, and this one has a focus blend in it as well. So I'm definitely gonna probably be leaning more on this when I start my prep, when my carbs get cut out. It's the only time I really mess with pre-workouts. Coming into a couple other products that I feel that could benefit people is creatine. Now, there's many types of creatine out there. There's creatine hydrochloride, there's creatine monohydrate. For years I've been using creatine monohydrate, but I kind of shift gears and switched away from that because I don't want to store the water weight. With creatine hydrochloride, you're not going to store that water weight. It's just going to come off strength. You have them in pill form, powder form. Me, I prefer powder. But Muscle Tech makes this new product right here. It's called Cell-Tech Hyperbuild, which is a creatine and BCA complex, which is amazing. So this could be used intra-workout or post-workout. They recommend post, but I like to drink mine during. And you're getting a serving of BCAAs and a serving of creatine all in one shot, which is good. You can buy creatine just straight. You can buy it in the pill or powder form. This creatine ATP is a really, really great creatine. This has creatine hydrochloride and creatine peptide. And this is a creatine that you want to take if you don't want they'll store the water weight, if you just want the strength. Creatine, a lot of people think creatine is going to help you get big muscles, but people don't understand. Creatine helps develop the strength, which allows you to lift heavier weight, which allows your muscles to grow. So it's all a chain reaction. It's just knowing how to use it. With some monohydrate creatines though, you do have to do a loading phase. With HCI, some of you don't have to do that. And what I mean by loading phase means like the first week you just got a pound, maybe more than the recommended dose to get it in your system. So I like using that the Cell-Tech Hyperbuild. Once I start my prep, I will have to get off of this and go straight to this BCAAs and maybe this creatine right here, because this has a little bit of monohydrate. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit, and I know I'm gonna have to get off of it. So I just want to keep this video short, sweet, and simple. I hope I answered some of you guys' questions. I know this video is almost 15 minutes. It's about 15 minutes. I wanted to keep it under 10, but it's just so much information, guys. But I want to share my opinion with some of the supplements, and I hope I answered some of you guys' questions. But the biggest thing, just to recap what we talked about, when it comes to working out, when it comes to achieving your fitness goals, guys, figure out what's your overall goal. Develop a diet around your goal. Make sure you develop a proper training or exercise plan around that goal, and make sure you're getting the proper amount of rest before you focus on buying supplements. You can spend hundreds of dollars on supplements, and if your diet is off, if your training is off, if your rest is not on, if your rest is off, then you're just throwing away all that money you spend on supplements, because this stuff aids in everything else. It's just a small piece of the puzzle. And of course, you have to drink tons and tons of water when you're taking supplements for them to work. So I hope this video was very educational to you guys. If you guys want me to do a certain video on one particular product I have and talk more in depth about it, comment down below. I will do that. So if you just want to talk about, let's just talk about protein. We'll do a video about protein. I can do that. If you want to talk about pre-workouts, creatine, branched chain amino acids, everything, and I can go through the entire list, read everything out, explain what it means to you guys. I can do that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you rate, subscribe, comment. I know this is shifting gears from the vlogs, but I wanted to put this video out. My next video will probably be a Q&A. So ask your questions now, because I'm gonna be pulling from Instagram and my YouTube. And make sure you're following me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook now. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, because I will be doing a giveaway, giving away some protein. I'll probably give away some protein and maybe some bars out of my personal stash from Muscle Tech. So stay tuned if you want to enter that giveaway. I will have to say you need to be following me on Instagram and start hashtagging your pictures Layne Jackson Fitness. Your motivational pictures. It doesn't have to be working out. It could just be like motivational progress pics, food pics, clean food pics, workout clips, whatever. Just start hashtagging your pictures now, because at the end of the month the giveaway is gonna be over and I'm gonna randomly select. Last time I gave away 6 pounds of free protein to somebody, and so I'm planning on doing that again. So until next time, guys, peace.